Well, I guess we'll begin then by just talking a bit about the city-to-city program, if that's all right. And I think the way into that I wanted to talk about it was maybe just the idea of national cinema. You know, is this a term that you find useful or take issue with, or going from there?
Okay, I think that the last years are very good for the Greek cinema. Many movies have their premiere in festivals like Berlin, Cannes, and Venice, etc. So last years, I think that now we have a national cinema, something that it is very good. But inside this national cinema, there are many directors, and every director has its style. So it's not that national cinema means that all the Greek movies it's the same and have the same style and the same form, etc. So I believe in national cinema, but I think that every director has its personality and its character and it's his style.
Yes, I interviewed Athena Rachel Sangari recently, and she said a similar thing, that you actually can't speak of a national cinema, or rather you can't speak of a school of Greek cinema,
yes.
And that it is so diverse.
Yes, I think that, for example, in Romania, you can speak more for a national cinema, that there is a style in all the Romanian movies which is very specific. So you can talk about national cinema easier. In Greece, I think that, yes, there are some movies who has the same style, but not all of the movies has the same styles. And there are many, many directors, young, etc., who have their personal style.
And it was as you said, the past few years have seen as, the new Greek cinema as
weird.
Yes, yeah, and it's become this sort of a favorite on the festival circuit. But it's not as though there never was a Greek cinema before. Do you feel that in these kind of national retrospectives, would there be a place for showing other films, like films from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20, 50 years ago? Is that something that you?
Yes, I think that there are films that. There is a sense to see them. It's not so many films, but there are. I think that everybody knows Theodoros Angelopoulos, who was a very famous filmmaker, but there are others as well, like Nikolaidis, Panagotopoulos, etc., Panousopoulos. And I think that, yes, you have to see all these films of 80s or 70s or 90s, but not all of them, of course. But yes, there are very, very nice films.
Yes, I feel sometimes speaking with other directors too, there's a bit of a tension when it's sort of a spotlight is set on one national cinema, and it's whether or not if that's fleeting or not. Is this something you're concerned of? That in 2 years it'll be a new national cinema will be the new focus, or
I think that this that happens now in Greece, it's not a trend. It's something very serious, and there are many talented directors. So I'm not worried about this. That in 2 years, maybe another country will come, and Greece is not. No, I'm not afraid of it, because I think that it's not a trend. Right. I think that it is established now.
Right. Yes. And there's I suppose or what I was thinking of as well is when it comes under focus, there comes to be sort of expectations as well, and what audiences then want. And do you ever feel limited, like, if you're a Greek filmmaker, you must make a film in this way?
Yes, yes, I understand what you say. Yes, it works a bit like that. It's not only the audience, it's the festivals as well, because I think that now the festival have some expectation about a Greek film. They expect it to be something like weird, something like a dogtooth, or I don't know what. And when you are a filmmaker, of course, all these things press you. But I think it is for a bit. It's a bit. It's not for a long time. I think that you find that everybody finds his style, so it's okay.
And I suppose too, there's the. I want to talk about funding as well, because when it's becoming so global, you know, that it's not as though, very rarely now, a film will be solely financed by one country. So even to say a film comes from one place, when, you know, the money comes from everywhere, you know, is national cinema, does it even really exist anymore?
Yes. For example, now for the Greek movies, it's easier to find funding for other countries, for Germany or for France. It is easier than it was 5 years ago. And I think it's because of this trend of the Greek cinema. It's easier to make co-productions now. And this is very good because it's very difficult to find money in Greece. Because of the crisis and of all this situation, it's very difficult. There is no money for the civilization. So it's good that now we can find financing from other countries.
And is there ever then, again, that sort of pressure that we spoke about in terms of, you know, festival programming of, you know, you have to make this kind of film to get in. If you're getting money from, you know, what another European nation might think a Greek film should be, is this something that you're concerned about?
Yes, I think that all the producer, all the co-production companies, they want a film from Greece that has to say something about the crisis.
Right.
This is something strange because. Okay, the crisis is one thing, but it is another thing what the director wants to say, because it's not only the crisis. I heard a story about a director who had the script who has nothing to do with the crisis, and the German co-producer who wanted to have some elements in the script about the crisis. So.
And was it added in the end? Was it?
Yes.
Yes. No, but I think this is you know, when we talk about national cinema, and it is usually comes up at festivals. I think largely it's an easy way to categorize things. But then you know, there's limits then placed on what we see then as well. I think.
Yes, yes. I think that all the people who have a relation with the cinema, producers or journalists. All these people want to categorize the films, the countries. It's easier for them. So we have Greek cinema, we have Romanian cinema, we have the Greek cinema is weird. Yes, I think this makes their job easier, but it's not the truth.
And do you then feel the need to react against that in any ways?
No, I need to make films, just that.